Hello, judges. This is my demo video for my submission to the Modern Stack Hackathon. I built an app called Atlas Outbound, and this is for agency owners who want to increase their outreach to local businesses or businesses anywhere around the country. I have integrated every sponsor from the hackathon, and I want to show you guys around. So let me get signed in. This is with BetterAuth. Once I sign in, I'll land on the onboarding page where we have two options: manual setup, where agency owners can just manually input all their information, or we have an automated analysis where this is using Firecrawl for going to their agency website, scraping all the data, and OpenAI for generating all the data that we need for the onboarding. So I've also created a dummy agency website. This is basically a fake agency based in San Francisco that offers website development, SEO, and Google Ads. There's a few pages, services, where it talks about what we offer, case studies, which will be important. It's like fake businesses that's worked with us and the results they got, an about page and a contact page. So I did this so that we can have a demo path, an easy testing path for the judges to be able to check out the application without worrying about finding an agency website or anything like that. This is the URL that's deployed through Chef. I created it with Chef with Convex. And once we hit start analysis, this will bring us to the onboarding workflow page. So I want to talk about what's going on here. It's a 7-step workflow. Step 1 is discovering pages. So this is using Firecrawl to go to the website, click every single link, and create a map of all URLs available, which then those URLs get passed to step 2, which filters the URLs down to the most relevant pages for the data that we need for the generation steps. And then step 3 is taking the filtered URLs and actually going and scraping those web pages to return the content, which we'll then use to generate the data. So for our dummy website with only 5 pages, it's not super relevant to filter, but for some agency websites, could be 20 pages, could be up to 50 pages. Basically how that would work is we would go map out the full 50 URLs, filter them down to the most relevant 10, and then scrape those 10 pages for content. So as you can see, we've already we've scraped every single one of these 5 pages. We're now moved on to the generation step, and that's our AI summary of the agency streaming in now. We're generating a summary, we're generating a core offer of our agency, and then we're also generating some claims, which we'll see on the next page. The final step is running now. This is a verification step, also with OpenAI, just to double check all the data that we just generated against the actual pages to protect against hallucinations. So the analysis is complete now. Our workflow is complete. We can continue to the next step, which is reviewing the data. So this is the review page. We can see the summary that was generated. This is all editable. The core offer for our agency, which is what we offer to businesses. Over here on the content tab, we can see claims for our agency that were generated, like what we offer. You know, we offer custom mobile responsive websites. You can see, like, this is one of those case studies on our website. Bay Area roofers saw a 40% increase in leads within 60 days, right? So these claims are going to be fed as context to the AI agent making the outbound calls, kind of like talking points that they can use to discuss with the customer. This is right here is guardrails that we can put up around the AI context to basically say, you know, we always want you to mention ABC in the calls, and we never want you to mention XYZ in the calls. So let's add a guardrail. Let's say always mention one case study. Okay, so now anytime we make an outbound call from our system, this guardrail will be present in the context telling the AI agent, you know, anytime you're talking to a customer, always mention at least one case study. Let's continue to the final onboarding step, which is our configurations. So we can say, you know, our AI assistant, do we want it to be consultative, professional, friendly? I'm going to just leave it like it is for now. This is where we can choose our initial marketing campaign. So we could choose any vertical. I'll say HVAC companies in San Francisco, California. So this will be our first marketing campaign. We'll be targeting this vertical in this geography. We can say, you know, what qualification criteria do we want to source our leads, like ranking them. So if we're specifically, you know, a website agency, we could want to target companies that have no website, or companies that only have a social profile. So like basically their website is a Facebook page. And this will prioritize those businesses in our lead generation workflow. Down here, the final setting is availability settings. So this is for the agency owner's availability for meetings. So the AI outbound call is not actually trying to sell the customer on anything. All it's trying to do is book a future meeting, book a discovery call between the agency owner and the prospect, the business owner. And this is the agency owner's availability for those meetings. So I can say, we are available Tuesdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and then the same time slot on Thursdays. And this will be inside the context of the AI agent making the calls so that they only book meetings within these two time slots. So let's go ahead and complete our onboarding. This will throw us over to our dashboard overview page. Once we get some campaigns and calls going, we'll be able to view those here. We've got some quick actions. We show our autumn credits available. But let me show you around the application. So we have agency page, which is basically all the data that we just submitted during our onboarding. All this is editable. And then we have our marketing page, which, let me get this sidebar out the way. This is where we actually kick off marketing campaigns or lead generation campaigns. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So we'll target the HVAC companies in San Francisco. You could do anywhere between 1 to 20 leads. I'm gonna drop it down just to keep it simple for this demo. And we will kick off this marketing campaign finding 2 leads for HVAC companies in San Francisco. So this workflow is kind of similar to the onboarding workflow. It's a little different. Our first step is sourcing the leads. So this is using Google Places API. It's basically making a Google search for HVAC companies in San Francisco, California, right? And then once we get those results back, we'll filter them and rank them based off the lead qualification criteria that we submitted. Persist those leads. We prepare everything for the scrapes, and then we start the actual, scrape content and our generation step. So what this does is for the 2 leads that we've returned, we're doing just like the agency website and onboarding, we're crawling it, mapping out all the URLs, filtering down to the 4 most relevant pages, and then scraping those 4 pages and then generating a bunch of data based off that. And I'll show what that looks like in just a second. We're currently scraping Cabrillo Plumbing, Heating, and Air. We're scraping their website, and we will then generate a few pieces of data based off that. So we can open it up now. This lead is now ready to go. We have our call buttons. Talk about that in a second, but let's look at what was generated. So why this lead fits. Cabrillo needs local SEO and trust signals. These are services Growth Local excels at delivering. That's our agency, right? So we can look at a summary of the business, and then we can look at identified opportunities. So like homepage lacks visible meta description and H1 tag, right? So that's something that AI identified as like a gap in their business that we could fix for them, right? So then we also have talking points. We can run a free local SEO audit and optimize your Google business profile so you rank higher for HVAC searches in San Francisco. So basically what this is the AI has all the context of our agency, our claims, our core offer, and then it also scrapes all the data from the business's website and takes both of those data points and creates identified gaps that we could help the business improve on, and it generates talking points which will be fed to the AI as things it can say during the phone call to try and raise the chances of booking that discovery call. We can also look at what pages were sourced. But let's go back up here. Our second lead is crawling. Our workflow is still in progress, but I'm not too worried about that. I want to talk about these calls. So we can start a live call, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to do a demo call. The live call would actually call like the real business's phone number with the real business's email, try to book a meeting. If the meeting is booked, send an email to them, a confirmation email, and also an email to the agency owner. But this demo call I made this for the judges, to have an easy testing path. You can override the phone number and the email so that we're not bothering real businesses, and you can test out the application. So this phone number, I'm going to put in my phone number, will override the business's phone number and call my phone instead. And then once we book a meeting, the agency confirmation email, as well as the prospect, the business's confirmation email, they'll both be sent to this email, and I'll be able to show both of those to you. So let's go ahead and make the demo phone call. Starting the call. and I should be receiving it on my cell phone. We'll be able to see the live transcript right here. Hello.
Hi there. This is Media and Yorgo with Growth Local. Do you have just a quick minute? I was looking at local businesses in the area and noticed Cabrillo could really benefit from stronger local SEO, better lead capture, and added trust signals. Those are actually core services we help with.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. I appreciate that. The reason I'm calling is we work with local businesses in the Bay Area to help them increase their online visibility and generate more qualified leads. That includes things like custom mobile responsive websites, local SEO, and targeted Google ads. We combine data-driven tools with personalized service to create measurable growth. Quick example, we helped Bay Area roofers see a 40% increase in qualified inbound leads within 60 days. Would it make sense to schedule a quick 15-minute call later this week to see if we might be a good fit for Cabrillo as well?
Sure, let's book something.
Great. I have a couple of openings this week. How does Thursday, October 2nd at 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. Pacific time work for you?
Yeah, let's do 10:30.
Perfect. So we're set for Thursday, October 2nd at 10:30 a.m. Pacific. Sound good?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Excellent. Looking forward to our conversation. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, bye. So that was the AI phone call. She used some of those claims, some of those talking points, and we did book an actual meeting. We could see the call is completed. It's processing right now. We use OpenAI again to process the full transcript and see if we booked a meeting. And there it is. It's processed now. We have a booking. When we hit this view booking, it'll bring us over to the meetings page. So we can go here. We can see I already had a previous meeting scheduled at 10:15. And then we have our meeting that we just scheduled at 10:30 a.m. on October 2nd. Now, what also happens whenever we book a meeting is we send out those confirmation emails. So let's go to the emails page. We could see right here, meeting confirmation. This is going to the prospect. So this is going to the owner of the business. Meeting confirmation with Growth Local. Hello, Cabrillo Plumbing. Thank you for booking a meeting. We'll call you back at this number at this time. This is the email to the prospect. We also send an email out to the agency owner. New meeting booked with the Cabrillo Plumbing. This has an ICS event attached so that the agency owner can just hit download on the calendar event. It'll be auto attached to his Google Calendar. And then we have the HTML down here where we're talking about a little bit about the business, the meeting time, stuff like that. I want to go over to my Gmail and show you the actual emails that come through. Let's give it a refresh. Here we go. So new meeting booked with Cabrillo. This is to the agency owner, the email that comes through. And we also have to the actual prospect. Hello, Cabrillo Plumbing. Visit our website here. This will bring them back to Atlas, and your meeting time is listed here. So that's pretty much it. We have went through the full onboarding workflow. We did a lead generation campaign. We made a live call. We booked a meeting. We sent the emails. We've used all the sponsors integrated. I hope you guys like the application, and thank you.